Okay, question 3. Most people that I saw that made a mistake here, it's because we didn't simplify all the way. We simplified a little bit or we got stuck. Okay, so 7 times 20, is 140 because 7 times 2 is 14. Now, 4 times 14. Not everybody knows that one, so let's write that down. 14 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Carry that 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 1 is 5. That becomes a 56 over 140. Now, if you didn't simplify it, you got 5 points out of 9. If you got to that point. Some of us actually tried to think about that as an improper fraction and do 140 divided by 56. And you got 2 and something, 2 point something, or a mixed number. Okay? When we're simplifying a fraction, this goes back to 4th and 5th grade. All we have to do is figure out what number goes into both of those. Okay? Well, I don't really know my factors of 140, but I do know that 7 goes into 56 and 7 goes into 14. So I'm going to divide by 7 and see what happens. 56 divided by 7 is 8. 140 divided by 7 is going to be 20. Now, if you got that, it's still not simplified. It's not all the way done. So let's do it again. 8/20. Now I'm going to divide by 4. Remember, when you're simplifying, you have to divide both of them by the same thing. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 20 divided by 4 is 5. Your answer was 2/5. A lot of people got stuck here and they start dividing by different numbers, or we just, forget and we would put 8 divided by 4 is 4. Something silly like that. So it's little small mistakes that some of us are making, but it is causing the problem. Okay? There's not much I can do if you're making those little mistakes of multiplication and division. You just have to be careful. Okay? The next one here. This problem wasn't bad. A lot of you did pretty well on it. From what I saw, a store manager analyzed the sales of various products from last month to this month. The change in sales was shown on the table. This was a STAR question from maybe 2 years ago. Okay, we're going to write these values in order from greatest to least. Even though it says percents and we haven't learned much about percents, all we're doing is taking the numbers and putting them in numerical order. So you do not have to know anything really about the percents. Okay, so greatest to least. So if I think about which ones are positive, above 0, it's just these two. So what's the biggest? 3. The next biggest would be 2.91 or 2 91/100ths. Okay, now we get to our negative numbers. Remember, the one that's the biggest is the one that's closest to 0, or it looks like it's the smallest. So 3/10, negative 0.3 is the biggest there. Okay, and then we have negative 0.9. It's getting smaller. We're getting farther from 0. And then negative 1.01. Okay, if you put them in order from least to greatest, you got the numerical order right, but you didn't read it, you still got 5 points. Okay?